Here's the deal. Single parents have it hard enough, but a new study suggests single fathers have it better in certain cities than others. In fact, the 200 best cities for single fathers, and Houston, get this, Houston was at the damn bottom of the list at 191 out of 200. Number one on the list was Boston, number two, Salem, Oregon. So we caught up with a few single dads to chat about it.
And we're talking about the best cities for single fathers in the country. And guys, joining us here on The Factor Uncensored, Houston is at the bottom of the list, or damn near the bottom of the list, along with some other Texas cities. So, Lewis, why do you think it's so difficult for single fathers in the state of Texas?
I don't think people really identify with single fatherhood anywhere. I think Houston is just one of those places that is so spread out, major metropolitan area. It's influenced by a lot of pro-women activities, women and child. I think that's the nation, but more in Houston. I think it's fine for fathers in Houston. We don't get the credit we really deserve as a single father. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we got daycare. We got hunting, fishing, everything that my generation would teach their boys. Cub Scouts, we've got that sort of things. If you're into the museum and the arts, you've got that. So I really don't see that big of an issue.
John, you're this generation single father. So do you have the support base you need here in the city of Houston? When you look at that poll, Houston is way down on the list for single fathers, having the support base, what they need in order to be successful.
Yes and no. I think if you're financially successful, there's a support base. But I think if you're not, then no.
Yeah, it's kind of, if you have no money, it's bad. it's bad. And I think that goes for mothers too. But as a father, there's kind of an expectation, even though the generation that we live in, that you have the means to do it. But if you don't, then, you're stuck in hind quarters on that one. That's going to be bad.
How difficult is it, John, when you look at single fathers who may not have the finances, the resources they need in order to raise that child?
Well, raising a kid it's all about development. And if every aspect of development requires a cost, and you're not able to meet that cost, then where does that leave your kid? Or are you able to give him the best that you really want to give him? Is he going to be educated to the best? Is his mental health going to be the best? Is his physical health going to be the best? Is his spiritual health going to be the best? And so on and so on. And then on top of that, you're looking at a father's time. If he's not financially sound, then that means he's spending more time trying to cover the bases and less time spending it with his kid.
Absolutely. Lewis, one of the things you brought up is the lack of respect for single fathers out there. Talk a little bit about that.
Look, I'll put it like this, just to put in perspective. A man who is being released from prison after 20 years is going to get a bigger reception than a father who has been there every day of his life on any given Father's Day.
Why do you think that is, Lewis?
I don't know. I think that we've kind of devalued manhood in the old school value that we know it to be. We've devalued that to a point where, men have almost become criminalized and these brutes, that have no emotion at all, no emotional ties to kids. And as a Black father, it's almost even more difficult, I would say, because the stereotype of Black fatherhood, which is a complete myth from most of the Black fathers that I know. I think that's there. I was looking through some old pictures that my kids actually gave me, and Happy Father's Day. But one of the things that he wrote, now I've been feeding this little sucker for 20 years. And I probably put him behind 5 times. And he draws a picture of can you see the leather belt?
It's on the other side, Lewis. I don't see it on that side.
You don't see it? Okay, I'm sorry.
There we go.
The leather belt, and how he appreciates that I use the leather belt.
He gave you a card that he created with a leather belt on it. Which means you got to that ass, right?
I got to it. I got all of it. And he said, you have done many things with the belt in order to make things the way they're supposed to be. And for this, I thank you.
Well, That's heartwarming.
You know, looking back, it is absolutely. But I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world.
The poor fathers out there.